Made our little way in. Salutations, class, and welcome back to Silksong. It's been quite a few days since our last venture into... I can't even remember what the name of the entire landscape is. Well, last time we ventured into Silksong, last we left off, we were trying to figure out what the heck to do about Bellheart here, so we've got a little bit of aimless exploration to engage in this time that we begin. Well, that's different. Oh! Well then, note taken. We definitely should not save while we're here, apparently. Where have I seen that? I swear I've seen that in another game or two, where you'd end up saving in the wrong spot and something would end up happening. It's on the tip of my tongue. So, what we need to do is get up there. And let's see, we tried getting in through Greymore, I believe, right? Warmest welcomes to Marky, Storm, Mal, glad to see all of y'all. Alright, let's try dashing our way through here up top, I think. Yeah, it looks like there's no more ways for us to explore on the left over here. I assume it's fairly straightforward and we just gotta get directly into there. We've also explored a lot of the secret areas below. Leads us back to the Marrow, had a lot of tunnels down there, and some goodies, but nothing completely necessary. Well, there's an entrance to Bellheart from above here. I think we explored a little bit of Shellwood, but not a whole lot of it last time we were here. I guess let's try up there. We'll have to venture. Almost. You shall be my platform, good sir. Almost. Almost again. This time it's been a little bit more than a week since the last time we were over here. We're doing Silksong on a Friday, in which it's normally reserved for a spot earlier in the week. I'm gonna have to get used to the controls again. But I hope y'all's week has been as wonderful as mine has. Okay, yeah, we can just jump up the way through here. I'll take that. Give me a buff. Give me some more souls to traverse around. I still love the little parachute dress thing. The glide is absolutely adorable. Let's see. We did get our wall jump last time, so vertical traversal should be a lot easier. I remember that being the way that we got all the way up in this room. Don't even think we need that elevator anymore. Give you a few more smacks. Okay, yeah, that was the way to get across to the other side of the tower here. I remember there being a little secret in that spot. Versus a stationary enemy like that, it should be a lot easier to get back some of our thread. This might be tricky. While you're here. So, potentially some changes in plans for this weekend. work has said they might be a little bit lighter than anticipated previously this weekend, so I might end up having a much lighter workload to deal with. Yeah, something's over here. Were these vibrating before? Was it that simple? I swear we keep... I swear we came across this before. So, on the list very, very soon, I'd like to start doing Tomodachi with y'all, which might even be on the roll for Sunday. Alright, not bad. I think this might be our answer. Yeah, I thought we could have gotten in here through Greymoor, but turns out Shellwood was where we needed to explore a little bit more. Actually, I wonder if we can use that guide to travel upwards a little bit more. Knowing these kinds of games, there's probably a... Yeah, that's right, we can even just wall jump to the other side. So it looks like the big guy takes 2 hearts off of us. Oh! Oh! Found ourselves a little flea friend. Though under normal circumstances, I am the last person who would ever befriend a flea. But you know, if they look like little dogs, I suppose that's better. Otherwise, if I don't end up having time for directly streaming for y'all, we should have time for some great vibes this weekend. Oh, not the big guy. Probably just a little hiding spot while we descend. Given the timing between these two guys. Okay. Got ourselves a little spot. I think we're getting close. Oh! I was too focused on the bench sign right here that I didn't even see the spikes below. Oh, is this back into Shellwood? Yeah, okay. More purple flowers. Ah, we have a little platform down here, so there should be, here we go, another polyp heart. Even on our map previously? Is it that easy to get back through there? Or was that a one-way path? Let's see if it shows up on our map. Alright. We got to inscribe it there. New pathway open. Should be a lot easier to get back into Bellheart now. Yeah, the little air stall we get with the downward aerial attack in this form. It's a lot easier to bounce off of enemies rather than trying to constantly dive kick over and over again. I think that path right there is where we need to go. Ow. But before we get sent off into a long venture or boss fight, I'd like to see what other little bits of trouble we could get into. And this is why. Though, looks like that might be it. Ow! So we do get a little entry for them. Winged furred bug beneath a heavy bell. It has grown too large to burrow, but in maturing has developed small wings. You know, according to all known laws of aviation, there's no way a firm of that size should be able to fly. Oh, we got ourselves a bot for the first time in a while. Alright, double checking on some other things. I'll keep the YouTube chat close by just because I don't know if it's reading anything yet. It should be. Also, looks like the bots have changed their methods, so we got even more words to be blocking now. Not as careful as I should be. Let's get... one more smack should do the trick. That's the bell we're going to need. You can barely see the lever underneath, so this is probably a boss fight. Oh! Hold on, I'm gonna need a sip of tea before we try to voice act this. Oh, they shall join. Union upon your thread. A gift for your waking. A world strung to serve.
Vienta!
Creature, your claws guide those cursed threads, but you are not their source. What role do you play in this vile affliction? Oh, she is here, the rare birthling. Precious child of worm and weaver. Spawn of those who dared to flee. She has found her way home, at last. How fine her shell and silken claw. For you, mother, let me claim her all for you. Widow. I don't know if it's just a general spider motif, but she's got... Oh, okay, that's a bounce. Oh, okay, those raise up from below. Whoa, quite a few patterns to learn. Shouldn't be too hard to make our way back. We know the route. Yeah, I was starting off that boss fight with the mentality of, hey, just sit back and watch and see what ends up happening. But I couldn't quite tell where some of those attacks were going. The bounce of that bell was something that surprised me. Hold on, let me double check something. Really? Alright. Well, looks like we gotta mess with some stuff again. Really? Alright. So it deleted the message on Twitch, but it didn't delete the message on the little window here. Very well. We'll end up seeing what happens. Yeah, not a long walk at all. Right, she's got a follow-up. She dashes after you. She doesn't just swing directly in front of her. She does a lot of damage. I'm surprised. Also seems like, well, I guess if every attack deals 2 hearts worth of damage, it's not really going to make a difference if we don't have 6 hearts to use. Thinking about Ballistic Enchantment on Billy 1, I can see that working. For what I know, given the fact that you want his ult to have a wider radius, usually you want to spend that number of souls on just greater expansion. The amount of the damage boost you'll get from having Ballistic Enchantment on just that one. Okay, gotta get used to the timing. I mean, yeah, for Street Brawl, if it ends up coming up, I can see that working. But I haven't seen any builds using Ballistic Enchantment, solely for the fact that for the amount of damage that you'd get off of that with the small radius buff to something that doesn't actually reach very far, I don't think there's any situation in which that will net you greater damage. Alright, just wait for the bomb to come up. Okay, so the timing isn't constant on those. Got it. I think the answer there is just cling to the walls. It's a little bit difficult to tell what the timing is for that. Yeah, on Billy specifically, I see Ballistic Enchantment being probably a little weak. Ow. And she can turn around. Got it. So, from the top, she'll skitter to where she can dive diagonally, and then she turns around after she drops. So with the angle of attack that we have, it seems like she doesn't change her diving angle. so we want to walk slightly towards her and then turn around. Swing at her as she dives, and then jump over. It does give you a decent buff, but how many people are you going to be hitting on average with the boosted range? Well, on Street Brawl specifically, yeah, no, I'm seeing your point. Hey, look at us! Ah, darn it. I was wanting to make sure we are out of the range of the bells. I like the goofy walking animation she's got. Ah, almost. I think we were hitless right up until there, right? Okay, not bad at all. Yeah, once... Oh. The fake out. Okay, if they're dropping from the ceiling, we don't need to jump. Looks like this is going to be one of those cases where we have a boss where the challenge becomes multiple attacks being overlaid. I see it a lot in boss fight design these days. You know, they'll have fairly telegraphed and easy to read attacks, and then the challenge becomes having to figure out how to dodge two of them simultaneously. Weaved our way out of that one. close. Oh, howdy, Nobo. We're currently in the middle of dealing with the crazy thread lady. And then the fake out. She keeps getting us with that. Okay, I think that's one where we can't really react to that if we're close up. Too quick amongst everything else happening. Tomodachi Life Ltd was so good that Nintendo went back in time. Living the Dream was so good that they went back in time and made one for the Nintendo 3DS. Well, I'm glad you seem to be having so much fun with it, Novo. I was just talking about it earlier on stream. Chances are it ends up being, if things end up going pretty smoothly for work, that should be our stream for this Sunday. 2 days from now. I will be shooting to make any of my friends who have given me a template. As well as some other funny miscellaneous characters here and there. Oh, the third one. That's a surprise. But how have your Tomodachi ventures been, Nobo? Yep, she's still at a hurt box while she's trying to escape. Okay, so she can do that from the ground now, and I think that might be part of the new gimmick. Ah, almost. Been thinking of adding Chris and Susie to the island. That would be cute. I don't think I've seen a single Deltarune character in there yet. Not even like a Spamton or a Jevil. And Tomodachi Life has been all over my timeline. Alright, double check everything. Yep, alright, we are good. Before we get back into sweating against the boss, A lovely sip of tea shall do. Okay, so yeah, we even gave ourselves a complete shortcut, not running into any other enemies. Get to come right back here. Few Chris's antennas and one Rousey. Haha, just barely. I wonder if we should add a spam tin to our island. I'm gonna have absolutely no shortage of friends to add. Between all the VTuber friends and various memes, especially just pulling from streams that have been iconic. Like, obviously I'm gonna have to have a soul bad guy, Tomodachi. For me, I guess. I don't... Where does Tomodachi factor into the actual gameplay of the game? Is it just the name of the game and then Tomodachi is never mentioned anywhere in it? I think we just generally want to be very far from her when she's on the ground. Yeah, because I keep trying to do the usual thing I do against a lot of these kinds of bosses, which isn't necessarily the right routine, and that is trying to fit in a hit every chance I get. I think the actual method is just attack during the few things I know how to dodge. Some attacks will be harder than others. The GameCube one? Oh, Animal Crossing. Okay. I had to look back further up in the chat. Yeah, Animal Crossing is great. I've only ever played the one on the GameCube, but I've sunk definitely a couple hundred hours into that one. Always was a great time. Even though I imagine all the ones that came later had way more features to offer. No, but it sounds like you've paid attention to this game a lot, but still haven't played it yourself? It just strikes me as odd because I know people who are big Hollow Knight fans are usually avid players of the games. Like, Hollow Knight I've never seen as a game that people watch but don't play. Every Hollow Knight fan I've talked to has been someone who's played a lot of the game. Oh, you only know one boss in detail. I'm curious why you keep going back to, wanting to see that one in particular. Also, we're gonna die very, very quickly. Ah, they bounce back. Okay, so they bounce twice. If you're looking for the Toxic Yuri boss, we've already fought that one. Though I imagine she shows up again. Because it's rhythm-based. Okay, I can see that. See, that sates my curiosity. Also, it is very, very warm in here. Let me turn on the fan. Marky, I still think that's the best emote we've ever had on the channel. The Xander Spy Fox kills me. Still absolutely kills me. Next time I feel like I'm running out of stream ideas, I'll need to put back on more humongous entertainment games other than just the first Spy Fox. Oh, that still hit me. Does this mean that Widow is a set play character, given what she starts doing in the second phase? Because she starts sending delayed projectiles after you to help her go in. Oh, that got me out of the air. Darn it. Okay, I've got an idea on how we dodge these. Close. Whoops. Yeah, as long as we stay roughly a consistent distance from her when she's doing her set play stuff. Yeah. Then we come back around for the mix-up. And... oh, I gotta keep mashing it. Get out of here! It's funny whenever you have those interactive cutscenes. I've seen them in quite a few different games where I didn't understand the input necessary. Needlein, hold Y. Play ancient melodies by stringing silk along the needle. Silk will be expended. Strike enemies to well, yeah, we already know that one. So is this where we start playing Ocarina of Time? Yeah, I've had a few other story-heavy games where they're expecting you to do gameplay along with the cutscene. And there's been a few times I've missed the prompts for buttons completely. One of my favorite Metroidvanias I'd love to play for y'all on stream. I ended up having a pretty big issue with the first time I played it. Not, like, a problem, but once it got to a cutscene part near the end. I think that was the first time we were even prompted to have any sort of input during a cutscene. So I had no idea what to be doing. So I guess we do that to open certain doors. No idea if it has any particular combat use. Oh, come on. There we go, just barely. Few of the spiders seem to be afraid of us. Or I hope those aren't ticks. What do we got? For her light, eternal, our song sustains. Yeah, I saw they had a new collaboration level, right? Yeah, there we go. Oh, right, I was looking away. Yeah, we don't attack the bell. that is our last one, so now we gotta make our way back to the gates. Right, we do want to open up the door up here just in case it's a one-way dealio. Okay, the spot always remains open. And hopefully, the denizens of Belhart are now happy to see us. As opposed to being strung up doing nothing. Welcome, welcome, wary pilgrim. Though glorious Belhart may be past its finest shine, it still remains the last friendly stop before the Citadel. It is the task of I, fair Pavo, to extend the warmest of welcome to those passing devout, such as your good self.
Magina Fora.
Your town seems returned to healthy form, good bug. I had some concern that, upon cutting you free, I'd find only husks. Yes, well, most of our residents did not fare so well. Still, it's no good to dwell on dark things. We shall build and grow and welcome, as is any good bellbug's task. Ah, shopkeep.
Fadastana.
Greetings, shopkeeper. It seems you've recovered well from that silken affliction. Ah, well, I'm a clever bug. When that strange thread struck down from above, I shut up tight and huddled in my bell home. Might have been a problem for some of the others about here, but my store was flush with supplies, so no fear I'd go hungry. Your preparedness served you quite well then, although your store now seems quite bare. Yes. Well, I'll have to admit, the wait was longer than I'd anticipated, and a bug has to eat. I'll have more to offer you once my courier turns up. No doubt he's been avoiding Belhart since the curse set its sights on us. I'll save a few of those, just in case. Yeah, we only had the one. When searching for the bell veins carefully, you can sometimes find rare silver bells. If we can salvage some, the material would be of great use. My dear little courier was last seen in Shellwood. Please, someone, find Tip and send him home, along with all of his precious stock. Those blasted craw bugs are fouling up my roof. I've come up with a clever solution to keep them away, but I'll need some help. Inquire at the halfway home if you're fit for the task. Alright, quite a bit of business to do. And our transport to be found within that we already have unlocked. Ah, whoops. Let's see what else goes on above. A centipede, perhaps? He seems to be everywhere. What? Who is it? What have you got? What do you want?
Yanara.
I am just a traveler, one hoping you were not too badly affected by the cursed snare set upon this town. Ah! What binds them outside means nothing to me. None of them have my keen sense, my respect for the past. You seem able, though. Sneaky, too. If you find any old stuff, anything with a history to it, bring it here. I'll take it. But what's this? I smell something on you right now. You have a relic for me. Sure. Yes, this fits my collection well. Look then, look at what I have. Decree of the Citadel, dirty and worn. Full chamber to the kingdom of the White Worm. Claim the Weaver in half part. Last of their line, sense strong with silk. Resistance anticipated, quell with rune cage. Last of their line. A commandment to seize our player character herself? More then! Bring me more relics of the past. Records, seals, idols. Let's gather up the history of the world and hoard it all here, nice and safe.
Buenera.
If I happen upon more curiosities of this kingdom's past, I may visit again. Until that time, keep yourself safe. Training in combat, perhaps? By Claw, are you then our savior in the shell, standing so calm and cool on entrance to Pliny's Bellhome?
Benny Frank.
What clue, sir, tells of my part in your town's liberation?
Esquera.
Why, your blade, fierce warrior. Any fine pin master would detect the sign of deadly work upon that needle's edge. 'Twas a vile curse that struck here. No simple bug nor basic pin could have granted a release. No!
Alama.
That blade, though, so expertly clutched in claw, that could welly have met the task. It was you who cut us free, yes?
That's fine.
I'll grant you the sharp sight, Pinmaster, and your saving is fortuitous. This blade that restored your town would now benefit from your service.
Zazama.
Welly, yes! I've a busy backlog of pins to tend, but your gracious heroism decrees that unique weapon receives my care at this very moment. What say I take a look? Sounds like a damage boost. Magnificent.
Bonva. Nama el.
Bon va! It is done, brave warrior. By my expert claw, your strange blade has received some fast, sharp shine. It shall cut cleaner than ever before.
Has been?
Your efforts provide great aid, Pinmaster. You have my thanks. So presumably, a constant damage buff. Aha!
Yes, Kareth.
Poshanka, child-wielding needle. This heart home is cut free of its curse. Tell me, was it your blade that brought it saving? My shock would be great if another here managed the feat.
Cadestre.
I slew a tall creature above the town, a weaver I suspect, though one twisted in purpose. By voice and claw it aided, perhaps guided, the thread that strung the town.
Wishka.
Weaver! Those vicious old things. To our young we tell the tales, but had thought them long dead, only corpses bound in spires.
Da, Fenistra.
This one still lived, though if it was a weaver, it was broken in a savage way. Its own silk was bound, pinned deep within its shell. A cruel punishment I've not before witnessed.
Yes.
Even broken, my envy remains. A weaver's fabled silks. To meet one in combat means great challenge, and great pride in victory. No need for any more of these markers. I was wondering what that little window on the side was going to be for. I saw it! Took my wish off the board, you did! Heading out after my stray courier, then?
Tamilian.
My own tasks see me travel far, shopkeeper. If, on my journey, I happen upon the errant bug, I'll make sure to send them your way. Then you'll have my thanks and more. It's a rare bug who'd brave the wilds to aid a fellow. Don't know how much we're looking for another memory just yet. Okay, so it shows the glow of what it's going to be. I kind of like the threefold most. Yellows are passives. Blue. Okay, the yellows look like they're for... Well, it's got kind of a compass symbol. I assume something to help with exploration. Or, you know, kind of utility passives. No idea what the blue does yet. And look at that, we've already surpassed an hour in the stream. Welcome back, Nobo. We were just about to take our first break. Did you have anything particularly in mind to mention, Nobo? What if you add me to your island? You're entirely welcome to. If you need any sort of a reference image, I can provide. Otherwise, I think there's probably a screenshot that I can find here or there. Because I know Ame has made me. Hold on, let me look around. There. I found something to DM you. Otherwise, I'm quite certain you'll be able to figure something out. I do not have a me that I've made myself yet. That is something that I end up doing Saturday or Sunday-ish, or, you know, shortly prior to stream. Funny enough, I have not yet had an opportunity or a reason to make a Xander me to port in. So Ame has made one, but not me yet. I don't have Tomodachi Life yet. I'm thinking maybe buy it later today or tomorrow. Yeah, I've been a little bit careful about picking up that game because I anticipated I'd have an extremely busy weekend this weekend, but it turns out I might not be forced into quite so much work that I was worrying about, and I might have more time to stream for y'all. In which case, I'd be glad to pick it up. I try to avoid picking up games around the time I anticipate getting rapidly addicted to something. I try to be careful. But looks like we've got good news. And on that beat, we'll hop on our first break and be right back in just a moment. Making our grand return. Welcome back, everyone. Alright, so we have some places to head to in Shellwood, and in the grand scheme of things... yeah, that's our way back up the blasted steps anyway, which we have our door open. Quite a couple of chores here in Shellwood. Looks like we've done things a little bit out of the intended order. Had we explored up top a little bit more thoroughly, that would have gone a lot smoother. Ow. Wait. Yeah, we have way faster transport. Though... instead, let's just get our bell beast to take us over to the other end. Oh. Wait, you're new.
Nesvia?
Huh. You seem hard at work, good bug. Are you a hunter of a sort? Of a simple sort, I am a pond catcher around these parts. The last remaining, in fact. Us few bell-hunters are badly needing for fresh food, so my lone shell's carrying quite the responsibility. At least Shellwood Pond's still full of good meat, especially if you're aimed with a long pin's as good as mine. We didn't see him on the way out, I don't think. Alright, heal off that one little bit. And some transportation, my good friend. We could head directly up to the blasted steps, but I do want to see if we can find our little courier friend. We've got a pretty short distance to travel this way. But if we know they're in Shellwood... I imagine it's a lot easier to explore starting from this end. Oh! A courier, or is this our creature to hunt? Knowing what we did last time was... tracking. Aha! Ah! Might be who we're looking for. Yep, that's him.
Oh, those horrible beastie beasts are gone. Much and many thanks for you, mighty warrior.
Hironare.
It was a simple thing, small bug. I assume you are Tip, the courier? Frey, the Bellheart trader, seemed concerned for your safety, and for the cargo you carry.
She sent you. Bah! She needs to learn a little patience. Is barely been away, but still, is lucky for me you came.
A fellow found.
Well, I must be off now. That old grubbly grub in the bell will come after me herself if she not get her goods.
How does he fly carrying all that? This boy's strong. Although I'm guessing the laws of aviation don't apply in the Hollow Knight universe. Oh, whoops, too far. We've already seen far greater creatures fly with similarly proportioned wings. Was there anything at the wishboard here we were looking for? Aha! New things. A life-saving bridge. I've heard tell pilgrims sometimes fall down that big hole beside the settlement. Nasty way to end your journey before it even begins. I could build a bridge if only I had the materials. Easy enough. A skull tyrant, largest of the Marrow's loathsome, bony predators, prowls the caves above the Great Path. Slay the beast and keep us all safe. I would be delighted. You seem really happy to be hammering in the background. Do we have a bridge across the middle now? Or is it referring to something else? Yeah, there's always a benefit to backtracking. Now that we have new traversal techniques. Funny enough, I'm not impressed by the general visual so much as... I mean, yeah, I've seen plenty of very pretty Metroidvanias in my time. But the thing that's impressing me most is the attention to detail with the very, very faint parallax scrolling on nearby background elements. Like, yeah, it's a lot easier to tell for things that are slightly in the background. You know, we have a little vine standing behind us here. But the very, very small amount, like what you see on the walls right here, I think that's a very nice and niche attention to detail. Delights me to see. What a speedy fellow. Where are we headed? I guess we go straight to the blasted steps. I'd like to see what awaits us ahead, rather than immediately focusing on a number of the little wishes we have going down below. Oh.
Magina Fora.
Little pilgrim, do you sleep? Ah, Sherma again. Hoy there! I was looking for somewhere to rest my weary shell and found this cozy station.
Fadastama.
These lands are dangerous. I had thought perhaps some harm had come to you. Harm? Oh, Red Maiden, have faith. No harm can come to us on this holy ascent. We only need to keep our gaze upwards. Isn't this alt so terribly grand? The great stone steps, the winds lifting us up like the voices of a choir. And just beyond it all is our pilgrimage's end. The great citadel, at last. Which I would also like to rest. Yomp. Yeah. Oh! Goofy platforming challenge ahead. Yep, always remember he ducks on the second hit. Right, I forgot we attack them vertically. And then dash a little bit further off of that. See if we can lead them over here. Ow. When do I get a shield? I want a shield. I want to block. I never get to do that in Guilty Gear. Yeah, that was the one that was destroyed. And to the gates.
Oh no.
Ah, the gate! The bells have awoken! All along the path. Now we need only music to see them attuned.
Catestre.
I have recently learned the art of producing song by strumming silk, though I confess it is a skill deserving of more practice. Oh, have no doubt, sister. Play sincerely. Any music is sweet enough. Play for us, and surely the bells will resound. Play, and we will sing. The last chance awaits us. Seems like we're unworthy. Alright, one more trip back in. This should not be difficult. Why am I not surprised we're immediately hit with yet another boss fight right when we try to get in there? Ow. Right, nothing up here. I hope our two other friends aren't completely gone from the picture. I much appreciated the song they provided. Right, the dash attack sends us upwards. Okay. Alright, let's try that again with a little bit more health to initiate.
Yeah, this is kind of the shortest save point we have. Just about flawless. Let's get a little bit more silk if we can. It's gonna be difficult getting into Pathfind up here. Oh, she deals 2 hearts with every attack. That checks out. Okay, so... Oh, that's new. I guess we just jump over that one. Or I wonder if that's one that we want to wall jump to avoid. Alright. Slightly better with each go-around. I was wondering why we were dying so quick, and yeah. It's the fact that she deals so much damage. Bro has God since the Hollow Knight fighting game. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, Fuse, warmest welcomes, by the way. That is kind of my overall... my great work idea for a project, is a Metroidvania fighting game. That is in the cards. But how you doing, Fuse? Perhaps a bit too eager. I hit the dash button before I hit the stick flicked away, so I ended up dashing forward when I was trying to dash back. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, okay, if I dash and then flick backwards, it doesn't let me change the other direction. Oh, heck yeah, Fuse. On the contrary, my work week has just begun. Yesterday was my day off, and now I have 6 scheduled work days in a row. But today I was told they might be cutting hours, so maybe it's not quite as bad as I'm anticipating. So tell me, Fuse, does that new job put you on the 9 to 5? Those are hours I miss for sure. Yeah, anything to make this week a little bit easier. I should probably just... Yeah, if we're doing well enough that we're not getting hit. Yeah, there goes basically my entire health bar. Find me some safety. Oh, left a bit farther than I anticipated. I couldn't tell which attack that was from that distance. Okay, I do think we want to stay close to her regardless. 8 to 3, close enough. 7 to 3 if your bus route was able to be any earlier. Works out for now while they're training. Heck yeah, Fuse. Delighted to hear that you have a way better situation going on. I cannot be proud enough of you. Nah, that's par for the course, Fuse. You should have seen the first boss that we were on this stream. Hollow Knight in general just has endurance bosses. Like, every boss will only have 4 attacks, but you gotta hit him 30 times to be able to win. That's just how the difficulty is designed. The fact that you gotta keep it up while it takes for it to get through him. They can jump off the ledge? Okay, that's new. Well, I lost everything that I had. I think that was just, yeah, we just made a huge donation, so it shouldn't have been too many rosaries that we lost. Depends on the kind of game, Fuse. Wait, I heard the bell sound. Why didn't we bounce? Alright, once again. Good snipe. I was a little bit too eager. Alright, so we do need a glide there. Or not, we just weren't doing quite so well with the platforming. Look at all that. Oh, right back into the plants. Okay, so in that case, just jump over him. I don't think we really try to run into a wall jump. Oh, right there at the beginning. So much for that exchange. Oh, you're kidding me. So we do not get a high jump off of dashing. We have to be standing still and then we can jump over. I was trying to dash jump into the wall, but that did not launch us high enough. Taken care of. Much appreciated. Thread the needle, pun intended. And here we go. I'm not sure when the hitbox of some of the other attacks ends. Like those fire pillars. It seems like they were still up when she started her next attack. So that's what got me there. But I imagine they're timed where you should have a safe spot. And again. Seems she always does that attack right after switching to the second phase. She pulls it back quicker with that version of the attack too. Or maybe there's just less delay with the explosion happening. almost a flawless return. No, I think the timing's the same. It's just with the explosion I was trying to avoid. Phase 3. Or just Phase 2, Part 2. I'm gonna need to lock the fuck in. And that's how it's done. Pretty sure Hornet's gonna need a couple of eye surgeries after witnessing that flash. Howdy, V. So delighted to see you. How you doing this evening? It's looking like a very from Act 1 to Act 2 kind of bit here. Very Anna Orlando. Fun little homage to the Pentiment one from Blasphemous. I haven't played Blasphemous yet. That's definitely on the list, absolutely. She did look relatively familiar. Like something about her design. But yeah, still never played Blasphemous. It has been recommended to me quite a number of times. There's a second one, isn't there? Like it's so far behind, there's or am I thinking of Salt and Sanctuary? Various Dark Souls inspired indie games. I'm having a pretty good time myself, V. Welcome, Swarf. Welcome back. Are we talking Blasphemous or Salt and Sanctuary, V? I've been recommended both of those games. A machine displaying a model of the Citadel. Well, we lost our rosaries on our way to try to go back and fight the last judge, so... I guess we can. Crack open the piggy bank. Blasphemous. Understood. Well, all on the list for Metroidvanias I need to tack on again and again, because I'm always looking to play more. Literally. The As I've said time and time again. Only reason I am not like streaming 6 days a week is because my work, it doesn't fit in with my work schedule. Dishwasher Dead Samurai. Wasn't that I don't know why that's ringing a bell, but wasn't that like an old Xbox Live Arcade game or something like that? Ah, up is the direction we are not going. That's why, because I remember that game was going around right when I was starting my game dev career. Well, it's sequels on Steam. That's a shame. What a decrepit situation I found myself in. Long list of games to play. While we're talking about the backlog, V, have you ever played Dust and Elysian Tale? It's one of my personal favorite Metroidvanias. It's a little repetitive, but it fits into a very similar vein as Hollow Knight or Ori and the Blind Forest, where it's got a lot of striking visuals. Of course, I had a feeling you would have, V. That's one game I'm really excited to play on stream as well. Mostly because one of my personal... Oh! I'll talk about some hostile architecture. Wow. You need to pay just to sit down. I think I ended up discovering a lot of that on my own, V. And a bunch of shenanigans where you can do, like, the first 2 hits of one of your normal combos cancel it into a crouching attack and you can just keep swinging forever and ever at people. That one's an old fave of mine. I think I just got interrupted trying to talk about it. I don't know if I finished my thought. But one of my OC designs takes a lot after Dust. Who is intended to be the main character for my game dev project when I'm able to get back to it. I have been feeling the itch again. I'm thinking I might just swallow my pride and get back to working on that big main project in general. A crude map of the Underworks. Mine now. Pretty sure there's no one in here who knows what they're gonna be doing. Aha! I mean, you've seen it, V. I've been doing a little bit of game dev stream here and there. You've been around for them whenever you've had the chance. Granted, that would be for a very different, smaller project. Looks like that is an artifact. Yep. So that's something that we get back to the Relic Keeper. Danger bound in every direction. I mean, that's the hope, V, is that I'd be able to have more weekends open. Unfortunately, I'm working through this entire weekend. I worked today, tomorrow, Sunday, and then I still work the first 3 days of this coming week. But I might be able to make it to doing some weekend streams here. Ow! Okay, they're very close up top. Okay, so that's the timeline. No room for gliding. Just a hop, a skip, and a jump. How rude. I guess that's a way of keeping us stuck down here now. This weekend, though, because I don't know how I'm going to gauge the amount of work I'm going to end up having to do. Next weekend is going to be party weekend. But I might get to start in Tomodachi Life on Sunday. That's what I'm hoping for. Assuming this weekend doesn't end up being absolutely atrocious. Also, Fuse, I gotta ring you and Tyr both up. Yeah, it was this way we were going. We still gotta finish our barony run. We were doing so well, too. If we managed to get through that the first time, no questions asked, I will be beyond proud of both of y'all. Ow! Oh, come on, I had that. Extremely dangerous venture we got going on here. This entire place is an OSHA violation. Yeah, I think... So, Fuse, the way it worked was you and Tyr both just played cautiously and took my advice. A lot of the other friends I've sent playing into it the first time have been a little bit over-eager to fight. But you gotta be cautious in that game. Also, we probably have just lucked out. That is a game that's... The difficulty scales in a way... It doesn't try to depend on how your player characters are performing. So if you start off doing well, you kind of keep that going for the rest of the run. The hardest levels in Barony are gonna be just the first few and then the last few. Because once you start getting to the late game areas with the crystal caves and all that, then the difficulty spikes back up again. And it scales a lot better than what it used to. Used to be you only really had to worry for maybe the first 3 floors, and then the rest of the game was a cakewalk. Also helps that you and Tyr were playing generally durable classes. I've played with people trying to play stealth or magic characters, and they'd end up getting into trouble. I'm always looking for a chance to play more of that. Which, on that note, V, have you ever been here for any of the Barony streams? And, or, does it seem like a game that interests you? A chimney sweep? Hold on. Yeah, undersweep. Use their steel-bristled pin to scrub the soot from vents and pipes. Oh, under everything over here. Under worker, under scrub, under loft, under poke, under sweep. Interesting that those bosses show up down here. I mean, I imagine we'll be running back into Lace again for more toxic bug Yuri. But yeah, that is absolutely a party weekend kind of stream. I'd like to see if I could get that together next weekend. I'll DM both you and Tyr. Is it above or below? Huh. I see how it is. Alright, a better spot to rest, and now we gotta figure out where the heck else we're going. That being said, Fuse, if you're enjoying the game, I highly recommend buying some of the DLC for Barony. The DLC classes are a lot more creative with how they work. Like the one I was playing ends up doing a lot of stealth stuff, whacking people with the stick, lots of magic casting. There's some really interesting ones like the Vampire class, the Accursed, where you have to survive off of stealth kills. You're really powerful, but you get hungry 3 times as fast, and you need to stealth kill enemies to refill your hunger. Should be available on Saturday and Sunday nights in general now. That's what I'm hoping, and... Oh. Speak now. Thy confession will be heard. You have confessed a sin most grave, and must by works cleanse yourself. Return to your task and work off-cycle, neither eating nor supping till new cycle begins. By the grace of Farloom Eternal, may you never tire. Toil and be forgiven. It's, rather topical, isn't it? I haven't heard word about me potentially landing that new position as well, Fuse. But those should be roughly the nights I'm available as well if things go well. That's what I'm hoping for. So heck yeah. Could be time for weekly Blanca Chen gaming. Welcome again to Sunday night where we have to deal with that fucking cat. Ah, we whiffed. Confessing a sin into automated response. Your fault for fighting down here, buddy. Bruh, he says. Blanca of Capcom was actually eating up, and well, I mean, I look over at chat just to read that message and get smacked again. Alright, let's give that one more try. We're about at break time again, but I do want to give it the good old college try without being distracted by looking over at chat. But I'm always looking for more time to hang out, Fuse. Huh, we didn't budge him away when we hit him with the attack. Even when Shen is not in play, she's a threat. She could just be hopping out of one of Yukari's supers anytime. Alright. We're getting wrecked by the mini-boss here, so we'll take a break real quick and be right back in just a moment. Ah! A little bit of rest can help get me off tilt and ease the nerves a little bit. See y'all soon. Tabbing back in. Work is busier than you before, but the trade-off busier available in the evenings will be more consistent now. That's about the same situation with me. I will be working more hours, but they would be not 4 a.m. hours. I will also generally be doing much less grueling work. For the most part. Who knows, I might end up hating it, I might not. Oh, bumped into the wall. Okay. So we can get hit there too. Feels like being stuck in the corner with Gold Lewis. Ow. The guy we're fighting is so big, it's hard to avoid anything he's doing. And he's even got his little friend holding down the neutral with him. Yeah, no, this one's gonna be difficult. That collided with him? Oh, and y'all saw that, right? We did the downward swing in the air and we still got hit by him. That's always been my biggest central complaint about Hollow Knight, both 1 and 2. The fact that every enemy is just a constant hitbox makes the combat feel really, really clunky every time. Even if they're not swinging at you, they'll still hurt you just by touch. Also, I think that guy just automatically parries us if we swing at him while he's doing his little spin. Some enemies we can bump away when they're doing that, some we can't. Normally, if you land a successful hit on an enemy, it'll bump him away. I think if your hitboxes clash, though, it doesn't take that effect. Wait, that quick? Alright. So is it gonna be a whole gauntlet like what we usually get? Yes, and apparently they can attack while they're spawning in, too. Yeah, okay, we can't hit him at all while he's doing that. It's also kind of goofy that our attack swings behind us when we're swinging upward. If we swap to the... Oh, we don't have a chance to swap to the other crest. Alright. Trying to see if I could dodge underneath him. Alright. This one will probably have better hitboxes for the fight we're trying to do. Okay, so he flies directly at us when he does that. I tried. Couldn't stop in time. Alright, it wasn't that bad in the end. We just need to swap crests. Slightly better hitboxes for us. Well, okay. Don't let me stop you, I guess. The hitboxes on Hunter have always been better anyway. If you start coming across more difficult platforming sections, we can swap back. Yeah, it sounded like there was an NPC in distress up here, but nope. He was just craving some violence. Okay, we're blocked off from going that direction. Are you new? Drape Mite. Cloth-covered crawler with sharpened forelimbs. Lives and breeds in dark places. So that's a new little gremlin for us to worry about. That is violence. There we go. Didn't see you on the ceiling, little guy. Oh, great. Yeah, let's just make that easier. Oh, light. Yes, we're finally out of there. And probably into a newer, even worse area. Oh, darn it. Now, where the heck are we now? I'm sure it's about to tell us. Coral chambers. Looking quite fanciful in here. Quite the echo on everything we do. As you'd expect of a place designed like this. Close enough. We don't need the one. I'm pretty sure we'll be given an indicator when we need to do that. Almost looked like a broken harp we were standing next to. So far, not a single bit of violence for us to worry about here. Oh, this is going to be a long area. It's a way back, so we just go here. Well, I was about to ask if this is going to be just a platforming area. Nope, we've got enemies here too. Few and far between. Oh no. What's this? The little spider climbs so high, here to stand a quiver at our startling citadel.
Buenera,
Pale child, you return only to mock. Neither you nor your land have proven my match. This sleeping citadel shall be no different.
Ah, sasakuri mena.
Spider dear, why must thou remain so distressingly optimistic? The power that waits above, you cannot conceive. Her who would snuff that hope with barely a glance.
Mi offende?
Fool child, you still think me blind to the form of your liege, having come this far? This land's grandeur, the devotion of its bugs, and the curse that befalls them. The signs are clear.
Yanara.
Your kingdom is in the thrall of a creature beyond bug, one of that higher caste. Whatever its desire for my silk and my shell, it shall find I'm quite attached to both. Or, you know, I feel like she'd also do a... Marvelous. So the spider knows something of fathomless beings, and it still hopes to stand against one, a god. Where do you hide this boundless strength you claim, spider? I've watched your struggles towards us. Yours was a painful, broken trek. One needs grace to stand before the divine.
Vienta!
Then best you keep watching, child. I found those who claim themselves a god can rarely match the title. And experience tells me, even gods can fall. Must be how she flirts. Now here is the violence I crave. Pretty good, pretty good. I had a feeling. Oh, she swim. Cute. Just a few little goodies for us. I'm not the same variant as... yeah, Choirville Bearer. We found a very similar enemy beforehand. It's pretty cool that we've got completely different enemies per biome. I do admire that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we might run into a few reskins here and there, it looks like. Almost. I'll take that heal before we get into more trouble. Oh look, more trouble. Cog worker, cute. Lighted automaton. Or as wide as this area is. I seem to be getting through it pretty quickly. Rather broad-shouldered fellow. The Choir Elder. Gotta be careful. I'll take the health, thank you. Not much we got in return from him. But I'd be hoping for a chance to improve our weapon, but we might need to come back around. Oh, more thread. Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, so then we'd have to come back around through a different way to go horizontally. Oh, that was quick. What's he muttering about? I don't even know if that's an area we can get into. Mayhaps just some environmental storytelling? Aha! Ah, so... all the stuff in Act 2 is going to be bound together by this, and then the Bell Beast is how we get through all the stuff in Act 1. Thump. And we probably won't be talking to many of our old friends, or even any of our old friends, since we found our maps here differently, huh? This will be interesting. Due to unacceptably high injury and unsanctioned deaths, Ventrica travel shall henceforth be denied to all. For Farloom Eternal, a bug who serves must never die. Yeah, I had an idea there'd be nothing going on here at the Terminus. You been playing Deadlock, Store? I'm missing the chance to Deadlock too. I want to do a lot more this weekend, but chances are I will just have to rest tomorrow. It would be the wisest decision. Okay. Okay, we've gotten very interesting building going on here. A white key. Take a sip. You playing regular Deadlock, or are you still just on Street Brawl, Storm? Be free, my bad. Well, that's one bell rung. Oh, heck yeah. Oi, you there. It was you, wasn't it? Ringing that great clanging bell just now. Right when I'm trying to get some sleep.
Oh, not a miss.
Admit it, you done it. You shifty little bell runger.
Benny Frank.
You have chosen a curious place to rest, sir. Do you perhaps know something of the shrine and its companions in the lands below?
Gevig gero.
Oh, so you ask funny questions as well as cutting bells free, eh? You certainly ain't a pilgrim, but you're clearly not at the choir either. No, I know exactly what you are. A bell-ringing lout! A weirdo! Don't you realize what you've done, waking that shrine back up? That bell has rung out far and wide. The wretched, and their lot will have heard its call. They'll be making their way here now. Well, what's done is done, and what's wrong is wrong. Just make sure you come back here soon, you lout. You can help me deal with all the dirty little pilgrims and desperate scavengers who turn up. First Bell of Awakening. Well, heck yeah, glad to see you playing more standard games of Deadlock. I'm not much of a street brawl enjoyer, personally. Mostly because I am invested in the big mainline part of the game. Is he playing? Is he fighting with a? What's the thing that you use to play a violin? Or a lot of similarly strung instruments? Bow is in the stringed instrument, alright. Okay, so it's still called a bow. Glad you got my back, V. Okay, he had far less health than I was worried about. Play cello and violin. Cute. I don't have any musical instrument experience myself, unfortunately. A couple years ago, right when I started streaming, I was trying to learn the bass. But of course, that was an instrument borrowed from a friend. That still would be my instrument of choice. Not a, fancy bass, an electric bass, guitar bass. Lingering hitbox, got it. Literally the only thing stopping me from playing more, going back to playing it is just not owning the instrument. It was one that I borrowed from a friend while I was starting lessons, and I haven't really had money to burn on just dropping for an instrument, combined with the fact that playing an instrument is a bit lower on my priority list than a few other things. Like getting back into drawing is a big priority of mine. In order, it would be like getting back into game dev as the most important, obviously. Working on art would be a big component of that. Singing probably comes next. I would probably do music composition with a DAW before I'd end up formally practicing playing an instrument. I don't have enough time to get good with one at this point. Unless a lot of other things end up being in order. Well, the thing is, V, I did just come into quite a bit of extra money. I will not speak about the circumstances of it, but, one part of it is I've got my paychecks are every 2 weeks, not twice a month. So I get 2 months out of the year that I get an extra paycheck, and my next extra paycheck in 1 month is in May, so while I have a lot of other things that I'm planning on buying first, like replacements for quite a few of my failing electronics and saving up a nest egg. Heck, my keyboard's falling apart. This thing is like 8 years old. Still serves me well, but a lot of the keycaps are just falling right off. If I start practicing and getting into the routine of a lot of my other skills working, then yeah, I'll be glad to pick back up the bass. For that time while I was practicing it, I did you ever play much Accent Core, Vodum? Back in 2021 when I was practicing it, I would be staying up late nights fighting a friend in Accent Core, and just as a joke, I'd be playing the intro to Slayer's theme just to annoy my friends. You know, the doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. It was funny for the time. There might be an ancient recording of that on, like, a VOD from back in 2021, because I do remember playing it a little bit on stream, but it's nothing to write home about. I was never particularly fantastic with it. Yeah, haven't you got eyes in your head? I couldn't remember the name. But yeah, I'd be doing that occasionally to annoy my friend, because he hated the Slayer matchup. Accent Core Slayer deciding he can just backdash and decide, oh, I don't feel like getting hit today. Yeah, it's on my list, and slowly I'm getting back into being a lot more productive about things, which y'all have seen, which with me doing stuff on YouTube again, getting back into game dev after a while, slowly building up more constructive habits. So, building up Songclave. If this place must provide shelter for every ragged bug who wanders in, we'll need supplies and currency. So if you're reading this, empty your pockets. The old merchant pilgrim, Jubilana, has been seen wandering down the coral chambers, but she's never made it up here. Has some foul fortune befallen her? Our settlement sits defenseless. No more. When the worst comes, we must stand ready. Bring us pins of the choir bugs, those blades still sharp and strong. Good enough. I do not have the dosh to donate yet. That will happen soon. So you found this place too, sister? The Citadel's grand promise has been strangled away by the cursed thread, but at least the great bell here grants us some sanctuary. We're amongst the blessed few, granted just a little more living. Nice to see some significantly more polite people marching back through here. Oh, before we go into there, we want to get our stuff back. I wonder if there's any full-blown VTuber bands out there. And I don't mean an idol group, I mean everyone plays a different instrument in the song. I know there's quite a few VTubers who are parts of bands, but is there specifically a band of VTubers? That'd be cool. I meant to dash the other way, but you know what? I'll take that. Yeah, there'd have to be, right, Fuse? Alright. I'm gonna get hurt trying to go through here. Wait. Oh, was this just the spot we went through last time? Okay. Well, it gets us back to the save point. I am looking for a spot to heal. You'd feel like that'd be a much bigger trend, right? Okay, y'all. Spicy topic. I'd like to hear y'all's opinions. What's y'all's current existing opinions on the viability of VTubing? Because I've heard some people say it's bigger than ever the most recent few years. And granted, there's probably still more viewership towards VTubers in general than ever before. I see that entirely as a possibility. but I've heard some people say it's on its way out as of being popular. Mostly due to a lot of the controversies that have cropped up the past number of years. And even some horrible things like Hollow Stars basically losing their support because they aren't making enough money. I'm kind of ambivalent on the matter. I feel like it's less trendy, but it's something that's going to be here to stay. Yeah, exactly, V. Just like any other streamer. Yeah, not my bag either, V. I just hear a little bit of word of mouth through the posts I end up scrolling by on Blue Sky. And from quite a few of my other friends, which are just big VTuber fans in general. And they'll have a lot more familiarity with Corvus and stuff like that. The little backdash he does, I'm trying to get a little bit more thread, but he's not letting me. I'm very much in a similar vote with UV. I think it is literally just a vector for any sort of content creation. And heck, I might even lean into video essay stuff in time. I'm trying to dash back in for a swing. I'm not hoping for mega stardom myself. Mostly because I do understand that my set of interests are an intersection of several different niches. I'd like to at least be a name that's recognized. I'm sure you might have heard, B, but Rez is trying to start up VFGC stuff again. I know Serena's taken a break from tournament hosting for a while. I'd like to at least be relatively recognized in some portion of the FGC. That would be my goal. There we go. Yeah, I think we just need to projectile spam those guys. Heck yeah. Rez can definitely make it happen, if anyone I know can. Have an eye on certain happenings here and there, but at most there's a bit of a plateau with growth, but you feel like the space overall is healthy. I do, at least for the regions that we're in. Maybe I just don't want to end up fighting these guys. Yeah, it'd be easier just going around. Going backwards through this route's probably a lot easier than going forwards. Yeah, I'd really like to see more VTubers getting into fighting game stuff. I think he always backdashes after his dive kick. Yeah. Okay, it's not bad, but it's tedious more than anything. Yeah, I know a lot of VTuber or former VTuber friends who are really big into Xrd. More than anything, I want an excuse to practice and get regularly a lot better at Xrd stuff. I know a few VTubers who like Xrd, but I don't know that there's a frequent enough group of people or VTubers playing Xrd. Hogwork dancers, gotcha. Right, this is not one of those games where I can duck under attacks. Now for the Silksong rendition of the Nutcracker. Oh, okay, okay. Nah, that's an attack in Dead Cells. I've dealt with that before. And let me guess, the other one gets really angry. The gay robot bug dance. I'm renaming the bod. Yeah, that's the one that gets me. Okay, so after they do that attack, one of them is going to do another horizontal dash. That's really the only thing tripping me up. Alright, we'll do another attempt. It is a little bit past our usual ending time. It doesn't seem like that's going to be a difficult boss fight unless they end up pulling out a third phase that changes things a lot. If it's just that for 50 hits, though, I think we can manage. Yeah, dealing with these two gay bugs is going to be a bit more of an issue. It's hard going through that route with that one little bell bug up top. Impatient, impatient. Alright, another sip, and then time for more gay robot bugs. Right. They hit the ground and they'll attack horizontally after that. Alright. This won't be bad, it's just a mental stack deal. That was supposed to be a dive. If it turns out they pull out a third phase on me that's functionally different though, then we're calling it for stream. And then we start our gay robot bug dance next time. Which should be earlier in the week, not on another Friday. So here's where we gotta watch out. Here. Or not. And then one of them will... Yep! Actually, I don't think we get much of an indicator before they move. Not quite. Okay, it seems like it's more of just a tedious boss than anything else, and so that we do not sit here trying to deal with that for another 30 minutes or so, I'm going to call it there, just because Gay Robot Bug Dance ends up being an excellent stream title for our next time. Oh, right, I'm sorry, V. I didn't see that you redeemed us a rainbow install. Let me go ahead and get that started for y'all while we do our outro here.
So, our current set of plans is maybe Tomodachi Life on Sunday if things end up being pretty alright on the work front. Other than that, nothing explicitly planned for tomorrow. Let's see who's doing what on the friends list right now. Well, it's important regardless, Vian. You know what? I think I'm going to try to keep that up for the duration of that boss fight when we get back to this. And it should be maybe Monday or Tuesday that we get back to this next week. My next day off is unfortunately going to be this coming Thursday, so yeah. 6 days of work in a row, and that means maybe I get to do something special on Wednesday night, but I'm gonna do maybe some smaller streams here and there in the meantime in between. Serena's playing Relink. Oh, Gunbun's having a birthday bash. That's wonderful. Alright, alright. I think I know who we'll be raiding in on. Other than that, I will probably be vibing in the Discord server tomorrow evening just because I am wanting to hang around y'all and I do have the energy to be doing that, but I just don't have the energy to be fully on stream, so I could be around for Deadlock or fighting games or anything like that. If any of y'all aren't running streams, hit me up. We could run some sets. I'd be willing to do some Street Fighter. I don't think I've played that in like a month. It's been a while. Let me check my date on that, actually. Yeah, as new things come onto the plate, then I have to sweep some other things aside. Street Fighter 6 last played March 22nd, so yeah. It has been just about a month since the last Street Fighter 6, but with Ingrid coming out, a lot of people are super excited about that. And as I can fit more weekends in for it, I'd love to do more of that too. Our plate's kind of full right now, and potentially even more full. Very good news, though, is that it looks like they are, unless I switch to that new role at work, they should be dialing back my hours a little bit, so this working through the weekend and then another 3 days through the week, this should be the boss of this chapter until I end up having a lot more time to hang with y'all. And that should end up with a lot more streams, since I've been getting the energy to do this a lot more lately. I've been better about my sleep schedules as well. So, thank you everyone. Is my rainbow script not even working? Huh. No, it hasn't even been rainbowing. Hold on, I want to diagnose that immediately. Oh, wait. There we go. Very, very slow shift to rainbow, which is not encompassing the right part of my face. There we go. That should be properly rainbowing my hair now. Alright. Gay Robot Bug Dance will be our raid message in on Ganban. Ah, that's showing up on the YouTube chat. I wonder if that ends up getting blocked over there. Give me a second. Let me just get that in the chat over here. There we go. Yeah, it looks like some connection issues on my end with the account and Twitch stuff. It's weird. Simultaneously streaming is weird, but I'm figuring it out a little bit better. Alright, I'm glad we had it read. Alright, nothing planned for the next couple of days, but I'd like to see if I could do Tomodachi. And I'll let y'all know in advance if that ends up becoming possible. Thank you everyone so dearly for your attendance. And class is dismissed.